Namaste, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Greg Prescott from in5d.com, and you are watching the weekly tarot card reading for May 11th through the 17th for Libras, my fellow Librans. Before we get going, I would like to remind you guys to check out in5d.net, where you can find amazing shirts like this. This is one of my new ones that I have. I just came up with this design recently, so you can check that out. Got some new ones there also that I think you guys might dig as well. Let's take a peek, real quick peek. Yeah, this is the new one that I'm wearing right now. Well, similar to the one I'm wearing. This is an ice dye shirt. Then we also have the traditional 7 chakra shirt. Each one of these colors of the 7 chakras has 2 gemstones in there, 2 different gemstones representing each chakra, on top of the 99.9% quartz crystal sand, so they're loaded with energies. This is a new shirt that I came up with. It's called Divine Balance. So you have the blue for the divine masculine, the pink for the divine feminine. So you got the balance going on right there. I also made some new throat chakra and crown chakra shirts. So check them out at in5d.net for the quantum tie-dye. Also, if you enjoy these kind of programs, please consider helping support the channel through patreon.com/in5d, where you can sign up for as little as $1.11 a month. As you know, we're heavily shadow banned, and yeah, it sucks. Anyway, so without any further ado, I'm going to bring in the vivacious, the beautiful, the adorable Ellie Janes, and she's going to give you guys an amazing card reading. But before I do, you guys got to also check out your moon and rising. So we're here for the Libra sun. I'm also a Libra moon and Libra rising, so I'm a triple Libra, but many people are different signs for your moon and rising. So there's a link in the more info section. Check that out on Allie's website if you're unsure of what your moon and rising is, because you do want to check out those tarot readings as well. So without any further ado, I'm going to shut the hell up and give the floor to the beautiful Allison Janes. Here you go, Allie. It's all yours.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to do Libra readings for the 11th through to the 17th of May 2020. Okay. So a typical Libra is Greg. Librans, what they do is they have to dissect information, and they have to be balanced with that. They have to be fair-minded. They are always looking to think, if they make this decision, what happens in other people's lives, what happens in their future. I've heard you say in different timelines, if it affects people's timelines. So yeah, there's a lot to a Libran and their decision making. But on the outside looking in, it can be frustrating if you're just asking them if they want a tea or coffee. And then they start dissecting to see whether or not they're going on a long journey, whether they're going to, they're literally, it's like, just what would you like, a tea or coffee? So yeah, they like to dissect. Well, they don't like to, they just do. So they can't help it. Okay, it's what they do. But when they've made a decision, it's going to be the most balanced and fair decision that they could possibly make. Does that sound about right? So let's do what's happening in the week for you. Just tune in. I like to do 3 predictions for the week. Right, so starting off this week. Okay, so starting off this week, there's a sense of thinking about. So I've got, it's difficult really doing this because my thoughts are going to whether whether or not we're in lockdown or not. Do you see what I mean? It's very difficult looking at these three cards. So I'm just going to say it how I would say it in normal terms, and then we will have to adapt it to see if we're on lockdown or not. Okay. So I'm seeing in the middle there is decisions and discussions about going on holiday. So this is linked with England or abroad, or it's linked with one end of a country to another end of a country and weighing things up. Now, before I met Greg, this is exactly what I would say about this card. And I always saw that the sun was linked with, obviously, the sunny countries, and this was England. I always saw that as England, because obviously we're cloudy a lot of the time, and abroad is usually sunny. So anyway, it's funny enough we've got that card. And this is why I'm having trouble, is because we don't know whether or not Greg can actually fly out here. We've booked the ticket for the 25th of May. Just so it's for him. It's that's what I think is going on with you. But in general, what's happening is we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords means protect yourself, wrap yourself up in cotton wool, make sure everything is okay. The Five of Cups indicates feeling fed up or feeling annoyed about something. That's what's thrown me, because those three cards together don't look very good for the 25th. So, but we've got to go with it. I don't know. But that's the three cards. The Five of Cups, the Temperance, and the Seven of Swords. So we will have to see, won't we? We will have to see. So then what's happening financially for Libra at the beginning of this week? Okay, now then everything changes again. So this combination of cards has happened, and I can't remember which birth sign it was, but we've got the Fool and the World. And the Fool and the World, the Fool is, I don't know why I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And the World is, it's going to be a good outcome, don't worry about it. So, and that's linked with finances. So that can be just fear. Does that make sense? It's the fear, or it's the worry that is going on, which would account for that. But the Major Arcana, it starts with the story of the Fool, and it ends with the World. Okay, so when you've got the two cards together, it means the start and the finish of a project. Okay, and it all happening quite suddenly and quite quickly. So that gives us a lot of hope. So on general terms, it means that something that you really, really want, okay, there seems to be, and I feel as if it might be to do with travel. It may be to do with weighing up, plans for the future. It can be linking to making sure that you are, you've got something covered, or you are making sure that everything will be all right, just in case, having a plan A and a plan B with something. Now, I'm saying something because the general cards are not giving me an indication whether this is to do with love life, emotion, or financial. So I think I need to put some more cards there, because to me that's too vague. So just bear with me. Because I know what it means to Greg, but I don't know what it means to the outer people. Okay. So we've got the same card. So we've got the reuniting with somebody from the past. We've got the emotional worry, okay, the same as we have there. And we've got the Two of Cups, which is somebody new in your life, okay. So looking at all of those cards, I would say that this is linked with emotions, that there's something that you have decided that you want. It may be linked with somebody from your past. I feel that there is a feeling of needing to protect yourself, but also it's like taking that leap forward as well and going for it. So yeah, I think that's what it means to all Librans there. So emotionally, the beginning of this week. Okay, so we've got holding on to something or someone from the past, feeling as if you're not ready to let go of something, let go of someone. So if there's been anything that keeps playing on your mind, something that you thought you dealt with and it's still there, you need to kind of dissect or look into. Sometimes we have to open up one of the emotional boxes that we thought we'd never want to open up, and we might have to have a little dig around in it. It's not always the most healthy thing to do, but sometimes if it's kind of plaguing you or it's kind of haunting you in a way emotionally and affecting the decisions that you make in the now, or your emotions and how you're feeling, then you usually have to deal with it. Okay, so I feel that that might be something that is coming up for you next week. Looking at the cards, I would probably say that it's linked with new people and the past. Okay, linked with relationships. It's linked with that. So there is a joining card. I kind of like this one. Two people meeting halfway, two people joining together. Okay, so yeah, I feel that that is kind of just reiterating what I just said, really, about the meeting of an important person. Okay, so that is move those. It's the beginning of the week for Librans. The middle of the week. The middle of the week is about building of a business or building of finances, a plan, an action to go for something that you thought that you wouldn't be able to achieve, and lo and behold, you're kind of looking at this either new business, or you're looking at this work situation. It could be a project at home that you are starting to see the results from. It comes from an idea that you've had that you thought was just going to remain an idea, but this is the seeing the good results. So this can be, like I said, it could be self-employment. So it could be that you are wanting to do a job, maybe in addition to what you're already doing. It could be that there's a new kind of work position that you've got, and you've had to work really hard to get there. If you've been studying or looking into researching whether or not a business idea will take shape, well, this is absolutely saying, hell yeah, this idea is a very good idea. This idea is something that will give you the money that you need. Because it's saying if you go into this with the right energy that you've got right now, the right enthusiasm, and you don't kind of lack off, later on, then I'm seeing good feelings with it. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of kind of power in those cards. Middle of May. Financially, the middle of May. I know we've just done that, but we've got more. So this is linked with home life. It's linked with the wisdom that you have. It can be linked with, going within yourself to find the answers. We have the Hermit card. We have the Judgment card, which means getting rid of any restrictions that are holding you back from what it is that you want. Making announcements, telling people what your plan is or what you've decided. So looking at the cards that I've just seen before that, I would probably say that, this business idea, you're going to be announcing out there or making it clear that this is what you're going to do. This is what the plan is. So there's a lot of, like I said, it's quite a powerful feeling, the middle of this week for you guys, for Librans, especially on money, to do with money. You're prepared to sacrifice something in order to get what you want, emotionally. And sometimes that might mean that it's to do with money or your time, because it's an energy thing. Sometimes energy is worth wasting because it doesn't, because you get something from it, but it might not be monetary. I know I'm talking in riddles, but sometimes something that you're putting effort into gets results in a different way. Maybe even later on, it gets seen as a financial reward. But initially, it just feels as if it's just effort and you're sacrificing your time, your emotions, or your energy. But it's all to do with what you're feeling is right. Okay, so that's the middle of this week. So the end of this week. The end of this week, there's a little bit of worry going on here. I do feel that Spirit are saying everything is fine. Stop worrying, okay? It's also an indication of a feisty female around you. This is linked to somebody who is very determined and getting what they want. There's a lot of energy with this. This will stir you up into doing exactly what you want as well. So it's like very much, if you're in a partnership, then this will be both of you going in the same direction, okay, going forward in the same direction. Because I'm going to show you the cards that I've got here. You've got the Magician card, which is to do with Spirit saying, we are seeing what it is that you need. You've got all the tools to make it work. Don't worry, okay? There's your worry card, okay? But this card indicates feistiness, determination, hitting the target that you want, okay? It's linked with Sagittarius energy. It's not saying that anybody around you is a Sagittarius, but if you think about Sagittarius, they can be very blinkered. They can go for what their dreams are, go for what they want. They don't think that they're going to fail. They only think that they're going to succeed. So with that energy, and you mix the three cards together, that can only mean success and advice to stop the worry, okay? You've also got the Temperance, which is about finding the balance. And then you get the Justice, which is about legal or official documents or tickets, and getting what it is that you deserve. I mean, that could be legal documents, it can be official documents, it can be contracts. It's anything to do with official, getting officially what it is that you deserve. The Temperance, like I said, is the balance of life, getting the balance of life. This is the card that I was talking to you about before when you were busy. When you're sitting in your cage and you're thinking, I'm safe and happy in my cage emotionally, and I don't need to be out of my cage because I'm sitting pretty, it's fine. And then along comes somebody and then says, with opening the cage door and saying, do you want to come out? And you're saying, no, I don't want to come out. I want to stay in my cage. So this is linked with emotional love life. So there's somebody around you going to be tempting you this time. They're going to be tempting you out of your safety zone, out of your cage. What are you going to do about that? Does that make sense? There's like a, you know, and that can be anything from, you know, maybe you're an introvert, or maybe you are, you know, stuck in your ways. Maybe you've lots of people are in lockdown and they don't want to come out of that. You know, people sometimes get scared of actually coming out. Imagine that somebody says, well, you know, come with me to the shop, come with me, and you've got that fear. Whatever it means to whatever type of Libran you are, that is the temptation that I'm getting for you. The other person around is feeling as if they've got an emptiness that needs to be fulfilled, and sometimes that emptiness means that they're waiting for you to fulfill, or sometimes that person is feeling that you can't fulfill their emptiness and they need to find that elsewhere. So like I said, the different types of Libra and energy and what the card means to them, but I'll show you what I'm seeing. So as the world is going on around them, they're still feeling like, but what about me? Where do I fit in? What's going on? Okay, so this doesn't have to be the Libra, and this can be somebody that you're connected to or around. So yeah, that's what I see for Librans.
Well, you could have made it a little bit better about the travel thing, for God's sake.
Sorry.
Anyway,
It turned out okay though. The next few cards turned out all right.
yeah, I definitely like the idea of, you know, as you know, I already have some new business ventures that'll be helping a lot of other people. So excited about getting them going.
So am I.
Yeah. Explain to people, what is the difference between an individual card reading and a group reading like what you just did?
Okay, with a group reading, I'm having to think about the different types of a Libran. So you might have a shy Libran, you might have an extrovert Libran, you might have, you know, because nobody's always a typical. And I'm having to kind of give you all different levels. You know, these 3 cards would mean this to that sort of Libran. These 3 cards would mean this to that type of Libran. Whereas if I've got somebody in front of me, I can then just tune into them, and it will be solely about them and how they're feeling and what they need. I can also adapt to reading to fit exactly, you know, what they want to find out within the reading, whether that's more of an emotional reading, love life, family issues, questions, finances. So I can do somebody could come along and just leave me to it, and I can do a step-by-step future, beginning, middle and end of the month, or I can adapt with the love life, like do a complete love life spread, which is going into an actual person and seeing what's happening with that situation, and what might be blocking this relationship from flowing.
Okay, so you have some stuff coming up here this week. You got a busy week ahead of you.
Yeah. So Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, while we're on lockdown, I'm teaching on Facebook, Psychic Ali 1-to-1 on Facebook, and Tuesday night is tarot, teaching tarot, and Wednesday night I'm teaching psychic development, and that's at 7:30. So it's 2:30 Eastern, is that right? Mm-hmm. And 11:30 Pacific.
Very good.
Right? Since I've written it down. And yeah, so they are free for everybody, so you can all can, you know, it's quite easy to have a go at these things when you're sitting at home in your living room. It's safe. So there's people who completely never done anything like this before, and they're having a go at it. And then Thursday I'm with you.
Yeah, on Thursday, Allie's going to be here on our N5D YouTube channel. And, you know, she gives away these free readings on her Facebook page. She's actually going to be doing readings that are a little bit longer for $10 here on YouTube. So it's first come, first serve, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. So if you want a reading along those lines, come here in 5D. And like I said, first come, first serve, you'll be right there ready for one from Allie. And she's going to give you, like she said, you know, that's the difference between the personal and the group reading. So you get something more tailored for you. So you got Saturday, you have something going on.
I have a workshop I'm teaching tarot level 1. I do level 1, level 2, level 3 and professional. So this is level 1. If anybody wants to learn the cards, and that is 10 English pound, or I think it's $12 to $13 ish, something like that. Yeah. And it's on Zoom, so if you want to join in with that, you can just go and pay on PayPal, guidingangels@btinternet.com, and you can then, but make sure when you do pay via PayPal, you write down what it is that you're paying for. Otherwise, it can be very confusing. So yeah, that's from 11 till 5 UK time.
Which would be 6 a.m. Eastern and 3 a.m. Pacific. Bright and early. Hey, I was there yesterday, bright and early. We had people bright and early from California that were there, 3 o'clock in the morning, their time. So it's not surprising. That's how great you are. You know, people will stay up all night just to be part of your class.
I don't know why, honestly. It's I'm just teaching what I've learned, and I all I do is feel as if I'm having fun and spreading the knowledge I've got. You know, it still gobsmacks me that people would get up at that time. So
yeah. I want to remind people to check out in5d.net for amazing shirts like this. I just uploaded a bunch of new ones. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check us out on on patreon.com/in5d, and you can help support the channel for as little as $1.11 a month. The benefits go up throughout the Patreon tiers, but yeah, because we're heavily shadow banned, any support is greatly appreciated. Also, check out Allie's psychically.net. That's ALLY, psychically.net, where you can book a reading with the amazing, beautiful Allison Janes. Is there anything else you'd like to cover, Allie, before we sign off?
no, I don't think so. I get all shy when you say things like that.
Well, it's true. Let's check out your previous week's readings also from Allie.
Yeah.
You'll see how accurate they are all throughout. So
yes.
On that note, on behalf of Allison Janes from psychically.net, this is Greg Prescott from in5d.com, sending you all infinite love and light. Till the next time, peace.